hello my beautiful book besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv if you're new here, and in this video we're going to be chatting about the books I'm hoping to read for the month of July. Into all of the books that I have planned for this month, I did want to let you guys know or make you aware that I'm going to be taking a little bit of time off of YouTube, but I don't want you to freak out and think that there's something wrong. I actually am just hoping to fully enjoy summer and kind of rest before the busy fall season. I love fall content. I already have big plans for fall content. Can't believe I'm even bringing that up right now in this 100-degree weather, but I do have a lot planned that I would like to do in the fall. And currently I am just feeling not necessarily burned out, but I just don't have the energy or motivation to film and edit right now. And usually that's a pretty big indicator that I need to take a break. I am though going to try to vlog for Summerween, which if you don't know what that is, I will talk about it in this video. But other than that, I'm going to be taking the month of July and August pretty slow. I might even be skipping an August TBR, which is the first time I've skipped a TBR in probably years. But honestly, I'm not promising anyone anything at this point. I just really want to enjoy summer and enjoy family and enjoy what I'm reading. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want you to think that because I skip a week or two that I'm quitting or anything is happening. I'm honestly just living life and taking a break, enjoying summer, swimming, reading a ton. But I did just want to let you guys know that I just feel like mentally there's been a lot happening in my head, and I just feel like I need to take the time to kind of work through some things. But in case you're wondering, if you don't hear from me for a little bit, don't panic. I'm definitely going to be very active on Patreon still. If you guys don't know, I have a little community outside of this YouTube channel where we do book exchanges, we do summer bingo boards, we do readathons together. I sprint with you guys all the time and I'm chatting all the time with you guys, and it's just the absolute best. I definitely recommend checking that out. It's honestly just like a bunch of sisters over there, or best friends. If you've never checked that out before, I definitely recommend. But enough rambling. Let's just go ahead and get into the books. So first things first, I always like to share with you guys what I'm reading for my Patreon book club. We do a monthly book club where we read it together and then we talk about it on a live discussion. You also have the opportunity to join me live for that discussion or just be in the comments. It's up to you. But this choice for July was kind of like a random choice, but one that quickly caught my interest because I felt like it would make a great discussion. That is The Poppy Fields by Nikki Erlich. I've seen people give The Measure so much love, and I've actually owned that book for over a year, and I saw she was coming out with this one and I was like, okay, but this actually sounds incredibly interesting. From what I know about her, she's more of a speculative fiction, contemporary, but also sci-fi or magical realism kind of author. In this book, apparently there's a place where people can go in California to sleep away their heartache, but there's also some really big consequences, as you can imagine, that come with doing that. But that is pretty much all I know about this book. It's absolutely beautiful. This is the Barnes & Noble edition. In the last couple months, surprisingly, I've actually gotten a lot into contemporary fiction, and this definitely played into the book club choice for this month. I really think this is going to be an awesome discussion, very thought-provoking. I almost unhauled The Measure, but I actually decided to keep it because I feel like she could be a new favorite author for me. Next, over on Patreon, we are going to be continuing the Summer of Sara, as I'm calling it, with Queen of Shadows. Every month we are picking a book from Throne of Glass and we're buddy reading it together, which I will say, we're supposed to be tandem reading in July the Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms books, but that may get pushed to end of July, middle of August, something like that. Mainly because I have fallen behind with Queen of Shadows and this is a 600-page book. But regardless, we have a space for you to chat about every single book no matter where you're at in the series, and it's been such a fun time. A goal of mine this year was to complete this series, and even if Kingdom of Ash gets pushed until the fall season or something like that, I'm totally okay with that. I really just want to know what happens to these characters. So if you're on a Throne of Glass journey like me as well, you are not the last person to complete this series, and you should join us with discussing it over on Patreon. Like I said, I'm going to be participating in Summerween. It's not only the halfway point to Halloween, which has just become kind of a broad general term, but it's also the name of a readathon that's hosted by Gabby Reads. I think I've I've participated in just about every round of this. I love spooky books. I love summery thrillers. And if you're like me, I feel like you will love participating in this, so I will leave her announcement video down below. This year it's taking place between July 5th, which I believe is a Saturday, to the 12th. So I'm hoping to vlog for that. I haven't vlogged like at all this year, but there are prompts for this readathon, and I do have a pretty good stack that I'm very excited for. The first book that I'm hoping to read is actually an arc that I'm so stoked for. It is Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. Rachel Harrison is usually a big hit for me, but her last book, So Thirsty and Black Sheep, was definitely a miss. So I'm hoping that I'm going to love this one, specifically because it is a haunted house story. I love the cover of this. If you don't know anything about Rachel Harrison, she does have some gory stories, but they're also chick lit, contemporary. But honestly, her books are just a really fun time. I was more than excited to get an arc of this. I've been sitting on it for a couple months just to wait for the perfect moment, like Summerween, to finally pick this one up, and I'm really hoping I enjoy this one because, like I said, I haven't been so sure about her other ones, but I honestly don't know much about this one at all. Haunted houses are my favorite like horror scary trope or setting, and because I'm reading that book on my Kindle, it's going to fulfill the prompt of reading a book in the dark or at nighttime. The next prompt though is to read a horror or thriller book, and I decided to keep Sarah Pinborough's book again for this perfect moment. I've been holding on to this since it came out, and it's very short, so I honestly could have binge read it the day it came out, but I was like, no, I really want to keep this for Summerween. So clearly we have a little theme going on here with the haunted houses. A haunting novel about a house and a marriage gone terribly wrong. It's a modern gothic full of twists and surprises. I guess there's a girl named Emily who was in an accident. She moves to this house and she starts to see things and hear things. She's not sure if it's her or if there's like actually stuff in the house. I love a good psychological thriller, and Sarah Pinborough does that so well. So I'm really hoping I love this one because it's been like 3 years since we've gotten a book from her. So I'm very excited for this one, to say the least. For the next prompt, you have to choose a book with the sky or a sky on the cover, and for this one I chose The Quiet Tenant. I was going through my physical TBR because I really did not want to have to like buy another book or buy an audio or something for this prompt, and you can't really see the sky, but it's definitely there. I can see some stars or rain or something. This book intimidates me and scares me. Even though this is a thriller, it's not your typical thriller because it's about a serial killer narrated by those closest to him, his 13-year-old daughter, his girlfriend, and the one victim he has spared. And I'm sure it's going to be very eye-opening to read from the victim's perspective. I can only imagine how terrifying that is going to be. There's also another prompt for picking a book that's been on your shelf for longer than a year, and I'm also going to choose this for that because, again, I've wanted to read this book for a long time. Summerween is going to be amazing this year. And the last prompt is to pick a novella or a manga, or I think a spooky audio or something like that. But for this one, I decided to browse my shelves. I have 3 pretty good like fall or spooky graphic novels. I might be twisting the prompt a little bit, but again, we're trying to stick to the physical TBR. So I have 3 options for this one. So I could have been reading all of them, but I feel like it's better to have some choices. The first one is a young adult graphic novel called Wait Till Helen Comes. I've heard that this is like a classic horror, like middle grade story, but personally I know nothing about it. I remember when this first came out and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so creepy. Don't know much about it, but I have heard good things about the original novel. The next option I have is a middle grade that looks absolutely adorable called The Night Librarian. I've talked about this in a couple TBRs and no, I still have not read it. I love the color palette to this. We have a lot of blues and greens. All I know about this is that some of the characters or creatures from the books in this library come to life and they're trying to make an escape. I feel like that's a very different vibe from this one, but we're just gonna see what I'm feeling. And then last but not least, probably the graphic novel that I've had on my TBR for the longest is The Ghoul Next Door. I believe there's actually a second one to this. There's some images in here. Like, this This ghost thing looks like Gollum. It's actually terrifying to me. I think this little boy like befriends a ghost or something like that, but it sounds like a really good time. We have quite a few options for this. Again, I might read all of them or I might just read one of them. I'm not sure, but it's always good to have options. Another really big readathon I am not only going to be participating in, but I'm also going to be help moderating, and you'll probably see me on some reading sprints, is Katie Colson has come up with Sunrise on the Readathon. Yes, she has created a full month-long Hunger Games readathon that I am so excited to be a part of. You guys know I'm absolutely one of the biggest Hunger Games fans ever, and Katie has thought out in such detail this readathon, you guys, but I will say you do have to sign up for it, so that way you can track your reading for your team. According to your zodiac sign, that is the district out of the 12 that you are going to be a part of. That is just one small minor detail in the grand scheme of how this readathon works. She is doing a kind of like canon call every Sunday where you have tributes for your district that are going to get eliminated, and there is just so much to this readathon that I'm not going to sit here and even try to tell you about. But if you are a Hunger Games fan, check out her video below. I promise you do not want to miss it. I definitely recommend going and checking out that readathon because Katie has put so much work and effort into the graphics and the way that this is going to work. So definitely go check it out. She even has merch. There's just so much to this and it is going to be so much fun. I will say I don't think she's officially announced the prompts yet or put them out into the world, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be reading yet. And last but not least, you guys know I have been on this journey to read more of my physical TBR after I've unhauled hundreds of books since the beginning of the year. So we are going to continue this today. But before we do that and pull 3 books, I do just want to update you and tell you that I did not read a single one of the 3 we pulled in June. Mainly because I've been reading at a snail pace. These 3 titles are going to go back into our jar because I am still interested in reading them, but I didn't get to them. So we're gonna pick 3 brand new books today. Okay, so just as proof, we are putting the 3 titles back in here. I am gonna shake it up a little bit. Oh, we have some that are falling out and escaping. First draw. Let's see what it is. Oh, I'm so scared. I really hope it's a summary book. Oh, it's 50-50, which is actually right here. I recently just got this from the publisher. Apparently it's a thriller about 2 sisters and one of them kills their father, and there ends up being like this whole trial, and I don't know, I've heard really good things about this. I'm actually not mad about this because I feel like if reading is going to hold my attention at all lately, I've really just wanted like a quick thriller or a fun romance. So I think we're off to a really good start with this one. Alright, going in for draw number 2. And again, if you're new here, this TBR jar is just kind of like a mood reading TBR, where I just pick a couple books that if I have the extra time or I just want to fit another book in between the books I have to read, this is just what this is for. And also I'm going to do like vlogs and stuff later. We have The Floating World. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just got this book recently too. This is perfect. I'm so stoked about this because I just got it in my fairy loot box for June. This is absolutely stunning, you guys. This looks like such a good summary book as well, so I'm so excited, but I have to show this off for a second because this is absolutely beautiful. I am actually obsessed with this, but I honestly couldn't tell you what it's about, so let's read some of the synopsis together. Ex-soldier Sunho lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness. Possessing just his name and sword, he comes across the score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for hunting down the girl who wields silver light. Ren is a spirited acrobat traveling with her family, but everything changes when they are attacked by a demon. Desperate, Ren releases a blast of silver light and kills the monster, but cannot save her beloved uncle from grievous injury. Determined to save him from succumbing to the poisoned wound, Ren sets off for the mountains where the creature came from, which happens to be where Ren herself fled from 10 years ago. Her path collides with Sunho's, but he doesn't realize who she is. The two grow closer. It becomes clear their paths and destinies are more entwined than they possibly could have imagined. Obviously, we have a little bit of romance, but this book just sounds like a fun, like, summer adventure, and I've heard great things about this author. I also think this one is a standalone, and it's only like 340 pages, which is not bad, so this is definitely a great contender. Okay, last but not least, I'm really hoping for an easy summer romance. I just got the new Ali Hazelwood. The Love That Split the World. Oh my gosh, what? That is like one of the oldest Emily Henry books, and I still own that. I kind of forgot I even had this. Oh my gosh, I'm screaming that I picked this book. I feel like not a lot of people have heard about it, but I loved A Million Junes, which is one of her first ever books that she wrote. Natalie clearly must risk her future and leap blindly into a vast unknown for the chance to build a new world with the boy she loves. This marries the big romance and nostalgia of Friday Night Lights with the time-bending mystery of The Time Traveler's Wife, a dreamy and beautifully heartbreaking ode to teendom. The love that split the world perfectly captures those bittersweet months after high school, when we dream not only of the future, but of all the roads and paths we've left untaken. I think this is going to be a really fun read to kind of go back in time and read some of her older stuff. I remember she came out with romance books and I was like, but I want her to stick with this genre because she's so good at it. It is an older one and I know she's grown a lot since then, but I have kept this for good reason because I still really want to read it. Honestly, these are such great choices. I kind of want to ditch my actual TBR that I have set over here to read these because I'm predicting all of these could be 5 stars, honestly. I feel like this was an even better round than the month of June, so I'm having so much fun picking these out. I would love to like dedicate a vlog every month to the ones that I choose because I feel like that's gonna motivate me even more to actually read these. Alright friends, well thank you so much for watching this video. We definitely have a great roundup of books back here. I'm very excited for my reading in July and I really hope that taking a little bit of a mental break and a content break is just really refreshing for me. But let me know in the comments what book you're excited to read this month. Are you going to be participating in Summerween or the Sunrise on the Readathon? I'm so excited for both of those. It's going to be such a blast and you can find all the details in my description. But thank you so much for clicking on this video, watching my channel, supporting my channel. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video.